rather than throw the baby out with the bathwater, we felt that there are some important things. They have achieved massive scale. So these were the two driving forces behind working with the poorest of the poor as far as possible in the farming sector, of course, and trying to go to scale. Maybe that's a wrong philosophy, but that's what we were kind of motivated for. Now, I would, in that framework, if that is permissible, I will just say a couple of things, because I have nothing to say about organic except that I agree with what everybody has said, and I have one or two ideas on how to do the marketing. And actually, 24-letter mantra has done a very good job. I mean, I should really congratulate them on the excellent presentation and their work. See, I come from a business school where the whole logic is based on business. But last several years, I have spent more and more time, in fact, practically all my time in the development sector, thanks to people like Pablu and others who brainwashed me, I guess. So I'm not yet fully schizophrenic, but I'm getting there, as I say. Because I hear two different paradigms and I want to place it up front. The development world and the marketplace. Now, if we are talking about markets that empower farmers, there is a whole lot of discussion about local markets, and I would go with that. There is also a lot of talk about institutional sales and selling to midday meal schemes and government programs, and also we'll take that as granted. But ultimately, there will be surplus which we have to take to the urban areas and to sell to people, because ultimately the farmers produce more than they can eat. The rural areas do produce more than they can eat, and therefore it has to go to the urban area. So I would rather mostly focus on marketing of the surplus. Now, the market logic, unfortunately, is about scale, and I'll elaborate that a little bit. And it is also about diversity, in the sense that 24-letter mantra talked about, where you have a whole basket of products which you can offer to the consumer. You can't just go with one kind of a product. So this is what the market seems to demand. On the other hand, when we work in the field with small farmers, the developmental paradigm is a little different. It requires small organizations, it requires decentralization, it requires democracy. It needs an explicit focus on including the poorest of the poor. We try our best. I don't think we have fully succeeded, but that is definitely a goal. And also, when you come to producer organizations, the empirical evidence is that multi-product producer organizations have, I do not know any that has really succeeded. With a basket of 200 products like these people are making, if you set up a producer organization at one local level, it is not, the logic of the field work demands, if not single commodity, maybe 2 or 3 commodities. It also requires small, because you can't manage those kind of organizations at huge scale. So we have this fundamental contradiction that the market demands scale, market demands diverse set of products which a customer can walk into and buy whatever she needs, whereas the logic of the development requires small, and it requires focus on few set of activities that that local area is doing. Now, lessons that the kind of mistakes we have made and what I think we would like to do and place before you is there some way of combining and harmonizing these two contradictions? I think today there is an opportunity. One is due to various developments. One is the means of communication, the means of logistics and transportation, the mobile phones, the internet, the SMSs, the way we are able to organize this conference. All these things are definitely providing an opportunity even in this. So let me elaborate specifically on what we mean by how to organize this. We have already seen 4 or 5 brands presented here. We saw Chetna, we saw Timbuktu, we saw Umang, and now we saw 24-letter mantra. There is Imjoli. I am aware, and many of you are aware of some 25-30 brands that many people are building. And I think these are all very interesting and very worthwhile. But, and we don't even have a brand, so I don't want to talk about ourselves. If you add up the turnover of all these brands that the development sector is building in organic, it will not even be 1% or 0.1% of a big company in the food sector. that is the kind of market reality that we are facing. You take, I mean, you forget about the Hindustan Levers and the Pepsis and the ITCs and all, they're into tens of thousands of crores. But even if you take a Haldiram is doing 650 crores. And he's got stores in Hyderabad airport and in Delhi airport and all kinds of, some of you would have seen very fancy items, 200, 300 items he's making. So one Haldiram's is probably equal to 10 times or 20 times all the combined output of everybody sitting in this room and maybe all of it in other parts of the country. This is the stark reality. Now how do we deal with this is a big challenge. So there are 2-3 options that one could think of. And this is not to say that domestic markets and selling to institutions and governments and midday meals, that should also be done. But I'm really talking about the big markets in the urban areas. I don't think there is a space for 50 little small brands in the country. Now, is there a way of harmonizing them? The only example that I'm personally aware of, and Anita is sitting here, was the experiment which is going on right by Hinjoli, where Hinjoli set up a chain of stores in Kumaon, and at least some of the people in this room I know have visited them. I visited them several times, and with one store in Delhi, where in that store with the brand name of Hinjoli, they are trying to sell products of several NGOs, and she also pointed out in her presentation that that scale of Hinjoli is not good enough because to cover their costs they are charging 40% on MRP. Is that right? You said 40%. So even that kind of an experiment is not really good enough, and we need to think. Unfortunately, the market demands that we need to think big, and I don't want to spend too much time, but I think there is a way forward. We can find a way of coming together and creating, I'm not saying one brand, but maybe a set of brands, maybe 5, 10, which is conveying this idea of farmers' produce, and doing good, eating well, all those kind of things. We'll have to discuss the details of that. But some way of consolidating these things. The other issue is about sales and distribution. I'm just throwing up ideas. Sales and distribution also. We go to the big retail chains, and 24-liter Mantra has already told us what kind of challenges they face. Maybe they have a little bit more grit, maybe more business sense. They were able to penetrate that. But most of the other organizations will find it very, very difficult to penetrate these retail chains. And anyway, the sales from that is not that much. The entire retail chain sector, Professor Sukpal is also sitting here, it may not be more than 5% of the entire retail sales in the country. So it's so we keep going to those people, but they're not big. And then going to thousands of Kirana stores and all is also a problem. Now, many NGOs I've seen, I can start reeling on the names, but I suppose many people in the room know what I'm talking about. They're setting up their own retail stores. If we can set up a distribution network, a retail distribution network, which is jointly owned by people who are working with small producers. Now, there's a huge problem here because personal egos will come in, problems of how to share the profits will come in, many things will come in. But if we think through this, it's not an insurmountable problem. So we have, I don't know, 100 or 1,000 stores all over the country, but it is showcasing the output of producer organizations, and I would actually humbly request that we can clearly have a section which says organic, and we can have a regular section also.